I condemn. Honestly, I've never felt more Palestinian than I ever felt in Congress. Even in Palestine, when I'm visiting my grandmother, I'm more American, like to the Palestinian. But I'm more Palestinian in the halls of Congress than I am anywhere in the country, in the world. And that just tells you just the fact that they weren't ready for us. They really weren't, but we were ready for this.
You're going to look at 14, 15-year-olds as a bunch of criminals?
It's insane.
Oh,
do I look like a member of the Third Reich to you, Ms. Tlaib?
Please.
Is that what I look like to you?
You're the one taking your voting card.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Is that what you think?
No, that's unethical.
I think it's radical and I think it's insane. And I'll respect everything that you say. But to say something like that to myself and a lot of my colleagues is way out of line.
I will say that Bernie Sanders gave a laugh.
You guys are crazy!
You're an animal! Get a job!
Did you see this chaos in Congress? Rashida Tlaib screaming about a so-called fascist takeover, while Bryon calmly destroys her entire argument with cold, hard facts. This isn't just another shouting match. This is the perfect snapshot of what's wrong in Washington right now. Emotion versus reality. Activism versus accountability. You're about to see exactly how Bryon exposed the truth they don't want you to hear. Let's dive in. Before we roll the full breakdown, hit that like button if you're tired of emotional politics and want real leadership back in America.
You know, I think it's also really important to understand, like, the incredible kind of slanderous, like, defamation. I don't know what to call it. They're just burying Washington, D.C. You just heard them speak about our nation's capital in that way. In a way that I feel very much like that's not what I see. I see people walking around with their families, people enjoying time to see these beautiful, incredible, beautiful monuments and everything. And there's a pride here too. And so I just want to bring the DC residents into this committee because I feel like they are being made invisible. And this really ugly picture that is not reflective. And I'm from Detroit. I've seen it happen to my city. And it's despicable in a way that I feel like, really goes up against our values. You know, one of the things that I know in every abuse of power that, we let President Trump and the administration get away with in DC, it will be replicated. It will be expanded across the country, and it is going to tear apart our communities. You know, Mr. Jackson, I talked to you about a little bit about this, but I think it's important to understand that we do have a mental health crisis, that we have a housing crisis, affordability crisis. Can you police any of those away?
No.
You can't police away homelessness. And the way they talk about our homeless neighbors is so, no wonder there's violence increasing towards homeless neighbors. It's just unbelievable because they all live here. I don't see it. I don't see what they see. I don't understand why we're allowing that to happen because I actually think it's going to hurt our communities. People are going to look at Washington, D.C. folks in a way that I think is going to be very painful, but also, I don't know, Mr. Jackson, I heard the stories. People didn't leave their homes. They weren't leaving their homes. Businesses didn't see people coming into, that's what we want in our nation's capital. Stay in your house, don't move, don't go anywhere, stay fearful. It's unbelievable that my colleagues continue again to eject this narrative and this rhetoric in regards to it. But I think it's important, Mr. Chair, just like in DC, home rule was one out of Black freedom struggle in the fight for civil rights, we can't be passive right now. So nobody over there should take anything we say so personally as if we're attacking them. No, we're attacking a process. We're not attacking people here. And I think it's really important. We need to stand up against this fascist takeover. That's not a bad word. It's a fact. And here in DC and across the country, it is so incredibly important, Mr. Chair, that this committee does not allow rhetoric that defames or paints Washington, D.C. in a way that you all haven't really truly seen. You're just reading it. No, you're just reading it or something off of some.
Will the gentlelady yield to a question?
Yeah, I think it's really important.
Will the gentlelady yield?
No, I don't yield. I don't even have time. I can tell you.
Your time's expired.
It is
Mr.
expired, but
Tlaib.
Mr. Chair.
I've been nice.
But you all live
like
here,
Mr.
and
Tlaib.
you're not telling people the beautiful parts that you do see in our
Mr.
nation's
Tlaib.
capital. And no, it's just wrong how we're
No,
doing it.
Chairman, I think it's
Wrong.
insane that the
But
young
you're
lady
gonna
doesn't
look
have
at
an
Burlington,
argument, but she's going to
Washington, D.C. as a
refer
bunch
to
of
me and some of my
criminals. You yield to
colleagues.
Mr.
Chair,
Donald.
We were
you
from the
know
Third
this.
Reich. This is
You're
insane.
gonna look at
It's
14,
insane.
15-year-olds as
It's
a bunch of
insane.
criminals?
It's insane.
Oh,
Do I look like a
please.
member of the Third Reich to you, Ms.
Please,
Tlaib?
please,
Is that what I look like
please.
to you?
You're the one taking your voting
Is that what
card,
you think?
giving it
Is that
to
what you
somebody,
think?
giving
Is
it
that
a
what you
card.
think?
No, that's unethical.
I think it's radical and I think it's insane. And I'll respect everything that you say. But to say something like that to myself and a lot of my colleagues is way out of line. It's way out of line. It's way out of line.
Regular order, Mr.
Way out of line.
Regular order.
That's okay. But it's okay, right?
That is not how it
It's
goes.
okay, right?
You hold yourself accountable before you talk about
Hold
Washington,
myself
D.C.
accountable.
Mr. Tlaib.
Washington, D.C.
Hold your
out
own
of your
self
mouth.
accountable. How
Keep
about
it out of
that?
your mouth.
Hold your own
I'm
self
trying,
accountable.
Mr.
How about that?
Free D.C. and make sure you
All right.
vote with your own voting card. Don't be giving it to somebody
Mr.
else.
Tlaib. All right, time.
So here's what happened. This all started when Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib launched into a long emotional speech, claiming Washington, D.C. is being defamed, and that anyone criticizing the city is basically spreading hate. She paints this picture of happy families walking past monuments, ignoring the real issues plaguing her own backyard: crime, homelessness, and failed leadership. She then shifts the blame to Trump, talks about housing, mental health, and policing, everything except accountability. And when Republicans tried to respond, she shut them down. Then came the kicker. She called her colleagues fascists. That's right, sitting members of Congress. Fascists. That's when Bryon Donalds stepped in. And folks, he didn't just respond. He obliterated her narrative. While Tlaib was screaming about feelings, Donalds brought receipts. He reminded everyone that under Joe Biden, thousands of migrant children were secretly moved across the country, not for compassion, but to hide the mess at the border. He grilled Democrat mayors one by one from Denver to Chicago, from New York to Boston, asking a simple question: how much money did your city spend on illegal immigration? And what happened? Silence, excuses, confusion. None of them could give a straight answer, except New York City, which admitted to burning through $6.9 billion of taxpayer money. $6.9 billion, while Americans are struggling to buy groceries. This is the divide in America right now. On one side, professional activists who use outrage, emotion, and name-calling. On the other, real leaders like Bryon Donalds who bring logic, math, and truth to the table. The left keeps selling a fantasy where open borders and sanctuary cities come free. But the bill always lands in your mailbox. And that's why they hate accountability. Because when the numbers come out, the whole illusion collapses. If you believe in facts over feelings, drop a "when you see you" in the comments right now. Let's remind Washington that we the people are done funding failure. So what did we just witness? Bryon Donalds representing what real leadership looks like, asking the hard questions, exposing the waste, and refusing to let emotional activists rewrite reality. Meanwhile, Rashida Tlaib turned a serious oversight hearing into a street protest. Same behavior, different microphone. This is bigger than one hearing. This is the fight for America's sanity, and it starts by holding our so-called leaders accountable. If you're proud of Bryon Donalds for standing up and speaking truth to power, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with one friend who needs to see it. Because the media won't show you this clip, but we just did.